guys, good morning. Good Sunday morning. Figured I'd come on and do a live video while I get ready. I promise I'm not flipping you off. Figured I'd come on this morning and talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on the past week. It's been over a week since I talked to you guys, but the last time I checked in with you all, I was waiting to find out from my doctor what kind of diabetic I am. Real quick, e.l.f. Holy Hydration. Using this to keep me hydrated because since I was in the hospital with diabetic ketoacidosis, that's what started all this, my skin got so dry because I was vomiting so much. And then when I was in the hospital, I couldn't have water for a day and a half. So it wreaked havoc on my skin. So the e.l.f. Holy Hydration has been a godsend to me right now. So anyways, let's talk about the doctor's visit. So I think I told you guys that I got a Dexcom G7 put on. So you guys can see here, I got like a patch for it. Don't mind these little marks. I'm using eyeliner to mark out where I need to do my injections so I don't do the same place. And the eyeliner likes to stay on there, but that's helping great. So, went to my doctor, not this past Friday, the Friday before, and she was really happy with my results. My CGM, which is the constant glucose monitor, the Dexcom that I have, it updates every 5 minutes. She gets the info, I get the info, people I choose can see the info, so that's pretty cool. e.l.f. Grip Primer, Power Grip Primer. I'm just gonna do that on a few spots where I need it. So I went and saw my doctor. She looked over all my numbers. At that point, I was running in the 300s, which is down from the 594 that I was at when I was in DKA. So it was going down. I was just solely on insulin at that point, and I was upping it every 2 days. Every 2 or 3 days, by 2 milliliters. So that was working out well. She was happy with all the numbers that I had. So she talked to me about different options, you know, moving forward. Because she wanted to add in some more medications that would really help drop the numbers again now that things were safe and looking good. So what I love about my doctor is she's no bullshit. She's very straight to the point, blunt, honest. She doesn't sugarcoat things. She doesn't try to sell me things that, you know, to make a buck. She's just real. She's a diabetic herself. Everybody that works in the office I go to is a diabetic, including office people, which I love. That's so nice to have. So she goes, you know, she goes, right now, everybody is jumping on this whole fad of, you know, like Ozempic and Mounjaro and Wegovy and all this stuff. And, you know, obviously I've heard of that stuff before. I knew it was made for diabetics, but I heard about it for, Sophia. Oh, you have so many pimples. I don't have any pimples, actually. I don't have acne. I haven't had acne since I was in high school. Haven't had any of that. Anyways, she was like, you know, these are options for diabetics. It's like a once a week injection, and, you know, it will work faster than like the pills and everything. Yeah, I wasn't too sold on it. You know, I'm not interested in, I've had enough with the needles and I'm still coping with the daily injections. You know, it's just rough. Hi everyone. Nice to see everyone turning in. You know, I've had enough with the injections. I'm still getting used to them, and it's still very hard. Granted, it's getting better now that I'm, you know, over 3 weeks, going on a month pretty soon. I just didn't feel like doing more injections. Plus, my doctor was like, you know, they're prescribing all of these medications, you know, the Ozempic and all this stuff to everybody. You know, a lot of people are jumping on it for weight loss. She goes, you know, it's still newer in the game. And she goes, you know, we don't really know long term what these effects are from it. And I'm very much on board with that. You know, I don't trust a lot of medical stuff, you know, that's very new and being pushed, which a lot of that stuff is. Yeah, it's just not my jam. So I was kind of relieved that she wasn't going to push that on me. So then she's like, the next alternative is metformin, which I've heard of, obviously. I was kind of intimidated by it because I've heard good and bad things, but it's been around for a long time. It's been used for a long time, so I don't want to say I trust it, but I trust it a little bit more. It's had a lot more research and everything. So we decided to go on metformin, and then she also put me on Jardiance, which I'm not like familiar with all these medications a whole lot, but you know, I know Jardiance, that's been around for a little bit too, so it kind of made it easy, a little bit easier to deal with. You know, you kind of know what to expect from these things, whereas like the Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, all that stuff, it's still new, you know. So that's what I'm on. And then we went over, well, prior to this, we went over my labs. My labs came back wonderful. I mean, wonderful. My blood pressure is normal. It was 118/74. So pretty good. After all the blood work came back, we determined that I am a type 2 diabetic, which I am relieved about. When I say that, you know, like, I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but from what I've read and seen, type 1 seems a little bit harder to manage, harder to deal with. I don't know. It just, when I was in the hospital, in the ICU, it was kind of like, you know, type 1 was the more feared type of diabetes. So yeah, what caused the diabetes? Let's talk about that. So for me, diabetes is hereditary. It is genetic. My dad is a diabetic. His father was a diabetic. I'm sure if we went back, there'd be more. On my mom's side, why is your foundation so dark? It's not, it's the lighting. I have lights literally right there. Why are you so concerned? Anyways, on my mom's side, some of like my great grandparents or whatever, they had diabetes. So it's in my DNA. It's in there. Your foundation should be lighter. I don't care. You're not here. You don't see all the lights here that are affecting it. Why do you care? Living for Jesus. Seriously, you're worried about my foundation. Get a life. Anyways, you guys kill me. It runs in my family. So it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. You know, I have a higher chance of getting it than some. So it was basically, this is how the ICU doctor explained it to me. I had a recipe book, and my body had the recipe on being a diabetic, and you know, this is all the ingredients that you need. I ended up getting COVID for the first time before Christmas, and that kind of messed with my body. You know, I'd never had COVID before, and it hit me pretty hard. At the same time, while I was dealing with that, my great-grandmother passed away on Christmas Eve. So I was stressed and just not in a good place. Essentially, COVID triggered that recipe. It stirred everything, got all those ingredients together. You know, I had the recipe book, I knew how to make it, and it just triggered it. It made my pancreas produce less insulin. Don't quote me on all this, but it made it so it wasn't producing enough insulin to keep up with my body being so stressed and sick. And I went into diabetic ketoacidosis, which was scary as all hell. So that's what was the start of this. All my labs have come back saying that, you know, prior to COVID, I was healthy as a horse, no issues. Yeah, it was, it sucked that COVID brought this out, but in a way I'm kind of glad. I was concerned because I want other women to look their best. I was not picking you, I'm just trying to help. Did I ask for your help? Are you here? No, I did not ask for help. I've done my makeup. I'm 36 years old. I've done my makeup for quite a long time. I think I can handle it. Please, we don't need the backhanded shit on here. Okay? Anyways, why don't you just leave my live? Obviously, if you're just gonna be a troll, you don't need to be on here, because you're not interested in helping women. No, you're not. You just want to be an asshole on the internet. So there you go, living for Jesus on a Sunday too. You should know better. I'm an atheist and I know better. Did you take the shot? No. If you're talking about if I went with the Ozempic, Mounjaro, or Wegovy, no, I decided to go with pills. If you're talking about insulin, yes, I'm on a daily extended release or long release insulin. I'm on the Trujeo. Oh, for COVID. I did initially back in 2020. But then after that, no, I did not. I'm needle phobic, or I should say I was needle phobic. I was a baby getting shots before, you know, should have. Yeah, I should have, you know, but everything happens for a reason, you know. I'm glad that I don't want to say I'm glad that I found out I am a diabetic, but, you know, it's nice to know these things. It could have saved me in the long run, you know. The whole process was scary. When I went into the emergency room, went on December 27th, I went in there and I had more than one doctor tell me that I was almost dying. And I have, you know, the labs that they did, and I was, you know, a lot of my labs came back, you know, critical high, critical low. That scared the bejesus out of me. And so since then, you know, I've been coping with dealing with needles. Obviously, I have to have needles every day now. It's getting better. But I'm glad that it happened, because now I know. You know, the one thing for me is my diet hasn't changed a whole lot. You know, I mean, like, I don't really eat breads or things like that, but I was basically, I'm just going to look in this way. I was basically already high protein, fairly low carb. I haven't really had to change a whole lot. You know, like I said, a few things here. I'm finding alternatives for like breads, things like that. The hardest thing is if you're going out somewhere, like if you go to Applebee's and you get a steak, well, all they want to shove on the side of it is starches, you know, breads or fried foods or mashed potatoes, you name it. So it's just, you know, finding alternatives for things. And it's working out pretty well, you know. I'm getting through it. I'm getting ready to go on my honeymoon. We had to postpone my honeymoon. We were originally supposed to be leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be leaving for my honeymoon. We obviously had to postpone that because I just was not ready to travel and deal with everything. So we postponed it for March, which is working out better. My doctor's all on board for that, which is great. I have another doctor's appointment this Friday. And when I went, this mascara, this used to be my favorite mascara. It is the Kevin Aquan Indecent mascara. Congratulations on your marriage. Thank you, Donna. When I go Friday, we're going to be talking about going down on my insulin because I told you guys in my last doctor's visit 2 weeks ago, I was running, my glucose levels were in the 300s. Now I've been on metformin and Jardiance and continuing to up my insulin. I am now running in the 120s, 130. Obviously it goes up after you eat, but I'm staying in range, which is great. I was just gonna say like, oh, I'll show you guys. I can't show you guys right now because the app's on my phone. But it's really well. So she wanted me maintaining at 140. I've been doing that now for almost 2 weeks. Well, basically a few days after I left her office. Yeah, I started hitting my goal, I should say. Oh, sorry guys. It's hard trying to lift this arm. This is my injection arm today and it's a little sore. But I've hit the goal that she wants me at. And so now we're going to be talking on Friday about decreasing my insulin and seeing what goes from there. So I'm so glad for that. So relieved. So relieved. You have no idea. Yeah, so that's kind of my update for now. I'm excited to know more on Friday, you know, when she sees all of my numbers and everything comes back. If you're an atheist, why get married? I think a lot of atheists get married, you know. For some people, it's not about, you know, a God thing. It's about a commitment to another person that you love. Speaking of commitment to person you love, hey babe. Hey. Come here. Yes, he's coming. You guys haven't seen Justin in a while. That was loud. That was obnoxious.
Oh, well, sorry. What's up, guys?
Here's my husband, Justin. You guys haven't seen him in a while.
It's been a minute.
Yes. I was just telling them all about my diabetes and how good I'm doing.
She's doing really good.
Yeah.
She's been able to take the shot, no problem. Everything, you know, from very beginning to...
Well, you should have seen me in the beginning. I mean, my needle is like this big. I mean, it's tiny. And I would be the biggest bitch. The biggest bitch with it. Like, oh my God. You can ask Justin, Meltdown City. And then with my Dexcom.
Excuse me. Sorry. I'll leave you.
That was... That's your grand exit. Nice. Men. the Dexcom needle is a lot bigger, and oh my God, the Dexcom needle, it terrifies me, but okay, this is the funny thing. My injection needle is that big. Oh, my Dexcom needle is this big. I don't feel the Dexcom needle. You know, I think it's because it's so fast. You know, you put it up against your arm. It's like a little cup thing you put up against your arm. It's got a little button and you push it, and it creates like the loudest noise. It sounds like a pew pew shot, you know. I mean, it's loud. But it's just instant. Whereas with my insulin needle, you know, you have to put it in, and then you have to squeeze or push the button or whatever, and then wait for it to go, and then you have to wait a minute, you know. So it's, I think that's the problem, is I just need like up and done to make it, you know, easier to cope with. But it is getting better. So this is how much of a baby I am, but I don't care. I have needle phobia, and that's so sad. Don't get pregnant. They're always drawing blood when pregnant. I have 4 kids and still have a little blood left. I know what you mean. No plans of pregnancy. When I did go to see my regular doctor after this diagnosis, you know, we talked about it, and Justin and I, we've already decided pretty much that kids is not for us. You know, we're going to be 37 this year. That's kind of old, in my opinion, to be starting a family. It's just not for us. I think we're happy, you know, with our little fur baby, and that's good. But my doctor was like, you know, concerned because, you know, obviously being a diabetic, it makes things a little bit harder. So pretty much counted that out, which that's good. Like I said, it was nothing that was like on our mind, you know. I mean, maybe like in the back of our heads, what if, but no, that's out. Anyways, when I first was dealing with the needle, my doctor had called in a prescription, and it took a while to get filled. So my husband went to the pharmacy and asked the pharmacist, who happened to be a diabetic, and she recommended this. This is what she uses, Alkane Max. You guys, this saved my life at the beginning. It made doing the shots a little easier. And then I finally got the prescription cream here. So this is what I do. I take the prescription cream. As you guys saw, I'll show you again. I take an eyeliner pencil and I draw a circle, and I'll leave one on from one day, and then so this top one here was from this morning. This one was from yesterday. So I can see where I've done the injections, you know, because, yeah. Do the little eyeliner spot, put on this numbing cream first, because this has to sit for an hour prior to the injection. Put that on. I put a Band-Aid over it so it doesn't, you know, smush everywhere. Let that sit for an hour. Once that hour is up, I come in, I grab this. That stuff will already be absorbed. I put this on, leave this on for 10 minutes, and y'all, it makes it so much easier. You guys know that I work at a greenhouse, so I deal with the plants all the time. It makes it feel like, you know, like a little prick from a rose bush. You know, it's not that bad. So that has been my lifesaver. I don't know, like I struggled before. When I was in the hospital, I think I was just so sick I didn't care. You know, they had 2 IVs in each arm, and then coming in to do blood work all the time. I didn't care. But once I kind of got out, I was feeling the needles, so that just made it so much better. So one of the biggest helps for me too has been Diabetic TikTok, following people on there who have been through this, seeing their tips and tricks, just learning things from them. I've learned so much in the past couple weeks, and I'm so grateful for that. Recipes, I'm starting to tinker with some recipes. I haven't done like much baking yet. I did get some Splenda, because I'm having a hard time with breakfast. You know, like right now I'm having like eggs and you know, scrambled eggs or scrambled eggs with cheese or something. And it's just getting a little like boring, redundant. So, plus, you know, when you're going to work in the morning, you know, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm out the house within 15 minutes. So I don't really have a whole time to sit there and make a whole breakfast. So I'm trying to figure out like if I can do like, I've seen Diabetic muffins. We'll try them. But I had to get like a sugar alternative. So I tried Splenda. So we'll see how that goes. This here, I almost spilled that, you guys. This here is the Gatorade Glacier Frost Zero. You just mix it in. That's been good to have. I've been switching to oat milk. That's been working out too. I found for me with my Dexcom, I can see like how foods affect me, foods and beverages. And you guys, low fat milk for me skyrockets my blood sugar. I mean, it just makes it go off the wall. So I have pretty much eliminated that. If I do have any milk with anything, it is just like teeny tiny. If you hear that noise, that's my cat in her cat box. Perfect timing. But yeah, so that has been my journey for the past few weeks. So I've been meaning to film a video, but I wanted to wait till I had a big enough update to film everything. I got to get a new SD card for my DSLR camera. My DSLR, not my DSLR cards. What am I talking about? My SD cards. They got issues, so I need to get a new one. So that's why I've been filming on my cell phone lately. So yeah. All right. I think that wraps everything up. I can hear you in the hallway. Huh? Everyone can hear you still. Oh.
I need a Band-Aid. I didn't want to interrupt your...
You need a Band-Aid? I got some beautiful flower ones for you here.
Sweet. Thanks. Nice seeing everybody. Bye.
He's so funny. Oh, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You got a boo-boo. You got a boo-boo. I'm sorry you're atheist. I have to tell you this. He has proven to me the Bible is true. He makes life so much better. That's right. No, I never ban you for that. No, I just don't like the trolls that come in and...
Trolls?
Yeah, I had one.
Wow.
Yeah. You always get them. You always get them. On a Sunday morning, people don't have anything better to do. But no, like, I don't care. You know, people, you believe whatever you want to believe. I have no problem with that. You know, to each to their own, you know. Live and let live. That is my motto. You know. Ugh, hair. Ugh, it's the perk of having a cat. I don't know what came. I think it was on my lipstick. Ew. Thanks, Bailey. But no, I just... People, you do you. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, why should it affect me? Why should it affect me? It doesn't. It doesn't affect me none. So, live and let live. Say let be. But I do thank you for being respectful. You know, that to me is the biggest thing. It's all about respect. You know, that is the great thing about this day and age, is you can have opposing views and opinions, and, you know, that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have opposite views. So I don't mind it at all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be wrapping things up here. Pretty true. I was reading a comment and talking at the same time. Wow, I'm tired. But yeah. Thank you to everyone who tuned in while this was live. Thank you to the troll that tuned in because you gave me views. Love it. I'll be back with more soon as I get some more updates. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was great talking with everyone who came in and chatted. If you just viewed, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Depending on where you are, it could be getting close to being Monday. But, all right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.